The JANEIAD is about a 9/11 widow named Jane, and she is guided by Penelope from the Odyssey as she waits for her husband to return. In the Odyssey, Penelope waited 20 years for Odysseus, so Jane is using this character to give her hope that her husband will come back to her. So it's really a play about the stories we tell ourselves to kind of get through the day. It's about hope and loss and resilience and the ability to change and kind of get unstuck in our lives. And yeah, it has this kind of odd connection to this epic that I've always been inspired by. This was actually a commission, so it was not a play that I came to on my own. I was approached by a theater who they were approached by a 9/11 widow who was interested in a particular story being told, a personal story in which her husband would come home for a night after 20 years and they would be reunited. So that was the seed of the play. I came to OPC for a lot of reasons. One, I had done the Foundry project, which is the online kind of version of this experience a couple years ago at the beginning of the pandemic. And while that was wonderful and I loved it, I had always heard that the real Ojai experience was here in Ojai, and I've never been here before. So I was so thrilled to be invited to come and be in this beautiful place and work on this play with Casey Stengel, who is one of the, I think, co-artistic directors of OPC and a frequent collaborator of mine. So it was really a no-brainer to come and work on this with her in this lovely setting. I loved the system they have here of these library reads where each playwright gets to hear their play in the sort of smaller community before the actors arrive and we start our rehearsals. It's a really supportive, sort of generous, smart group of people giving you feedback, and I think everyone came away from that feeling inspired by other people's plays, but also buoyed by sort of the positivity and wanting to dive into to do rewrites. So it was a really amazing way to launch us into this week of rehearsals.